we're going to get started here in just a second. Before we do, while we're letting the last few people get in here, I do want to mention that there will be a survey at the end of this. I'd love to get some feedback, good, bad, left, right, whatever you got for us, anything that we can do to help improve. So just keep an eye out for that in your inbox, and please feel free to share, whatever opinions you have for us. They're always very helpful. Thank you. Okay. All right. Well, hello everyone. Let's kick this off right now. Is it still early enough to say Happy New Year to everyone? Either way, here's hoping you get your year starting off wonderfully. Welcome to our first digital sales training of 2023. My name is Mark Milligan, and I'm a client success manager here at Audience. To kick things off, or to kick the year off, actually, I should say, we decided to get straight to the good stuff. Something our friends in the sales world are always asking to see more of. That's right. I'm talking about case studies. A little bit of a tongue twister. All right. So we've got a nice variety of examples for you today, from unique to traditional to very replicable. But before we do get started, let's make sure everyone gets a chance to enter today's live giveaway. Take note of that pink URL and enter it into your browser. Go ahead and enter that form that you'll see there as I go through today's super complex agenda. Just kidding. Oh, and for those that are new to this, at the end of the webinar, we'll be drawing a random winner from everyone still listening in. So if your name, if we pull your name and you're still present, you will win a $100 Amazon gift card. It's just because it's fun, and we want you to know we appreciate you and taking a little time out of your day to join us. So make sure you either visit that URL or at least jot it down before we switch slides here in about 2 seconds. Okay. Yeah. Hopefully we'll go through about 3 or 4 nice little case studies. Hopefully you can either closely replicate 1 or 2, or at least learn from and apply a lesson or 2 from them. We'll also take a quick glance at the national campaigns calendar for 2023 before answering any questions and finally drawing that winner. Oh, and if you have any questions, please feel free to chat in. I have my awesome colleague Tim here that can help answer any questions. Otherwise, I'll try to answer any lingering questions at the end of the call. All right. Hopefully we gave everyone enough time to enter that, or at least get the URL. And let's go ahead and get started, shall we? To kick things off with our first one, this one is I really like this one personally. We have Los Mega Quince con ritmo 95.7, because I don't know how to say 95.7 in Spanish. This one is awesome though. We're brought to us by our friends at La Musica from SBS or Spanish Broadcasting System. They brought together a number of sponsors that all contributed toward a free dream quinceañera for 1 lucky winner. Their primary objectives were to boost listening numbers. They had a keyword factor in there with that, increase social media presence, incentivize app downloads, and boost brand awareness for their sponsors, for themselves, and of course rake in some of that sweet sponsor revenue as well. It ran for about 6 weeks in the spring, and was the prize was that free quinceañera, which is a pretty big deal in any young girl's life in the Hispanic community. If anyone is familiar, they can get quite extravagant, or at the very least, it's a sentimental and memorable experience for the birthday girl. So what La Musica did was they brought together a number of sponsors, 4 to be exact, that could all highlight their products and services by contributing to the event, such as a dress, a cake, a venue, and flowers. If I remember correctly, I might have to put that into this case study here, but this gave the clients valuable exposure while giving La Musica an awesome collaborative prize at the same time. So also, by combining on-air with digital efforts, such as spreading the word through social media and inviting their audience to listen live for the keyword, they were able to combine those 2 and feed off of each other. This way, social media supported on-air, and in turn, using that on-air keyword to boost the digital traffic as well. So with regard to the entry process, they had a short, sweet, and inviting entry form up front in step 2, nothing to scare people off. And then, but then they immediately followed that up with extra actions, plenty of extra actions that were incentivized with bonus entries, leading to those awesome numbers and percentages you see on the right. Very impressive indeed. You know, a lesson we can take from this by having multiple sponsors work together, a very special and memorable prize can be offered that benefits everybody. Another lesson is to make sure to have on-air and social media support each other, like I mentioned earlier, to create that 360-degree experience for your audience. Together, they are greater than the sum of their parts. So, and as always, take advantage of those bonus entries, right? That's the secret to getting those results like this. All right, cool. By the way, we do have a Spanish language version of this same case study, but despite being married to a wonderful Hispanic wife, hablo muy poquito español. So yeah. But that said, for those of you that have Spanish language stations, note that we are continuing to increase our bilingual assets, be it in the templates, national campaigns, case studies, what have you. So please keep an eye out for more of those coming your way. All right, let's take a look at our next case study, shall we? Next one is a gallery, actually. Galleries are always fun. Fun case studies to share. When they're done right, we see some pretty awesome stuff. They're not just for Halloween costume contests, I'll tell you. So, in fact, this particular campaign comes to us from the Bank of Utah, who ran this successful campaign without the traditional benefit of on-air support like a good portion of our clients usually do. This example highlights two important things. One is the power of social media and digital word-of-mouth marketing. And by the way, if you're looking for a campaign to spread naturally, add a voting aspect to a gallery. The participants and their families will do all the work of spreading the word for you as they campaign for more votes for their submissions and whatnot. So those participation and viewing numbers will skyrocket at that point. So okay, what was I saying? The other thing that's worth highlighting is this, since this one wasn't sold to sponsors, why am I including it here? Well, it's for this point. Most of your local businesses don't have the tools to do something like this for themselves. But as you can see here, just like the Bank of Utah ran it for their own benefit, your local businesses would love to run something like this if they had the means as well, right? So, of course, that's where you come in, right? You can be their means, you can be their solution. Also, another thing to keep in mind is these calendars are always a home run as well. Some of you may be familiar with Tim, who is helping us out on this call, and he leads the client support and success teams. But he hosts a local website and group, and here in Utah, and he runs a similar calendar campaign where submitted pictures can be on the calendar, and it becomes a hometown favorite. The theme can be anything, right? It doesn't have to be scenery, obviously, but it's hard to go wrong with scenery, especially if you're trying to appeal to those amateur photographers out there. Okay, and before we move on from galleries, I did want to just since we're talking about them, I wanted to take 2 seconds to point this one out. Here, participants would submit photos they took of the sunrise. So similar idea, right? Which you'd think, with a number of over 400 people submitting a picture, you think they're giving them a chance to win maybe a $1,000 prize or a new camera or something. No, just a modest weekly prize of $20 Bojangles gift card and on-air recognition. So the reason I point this one out is to highlight this fact. A popular and successful promotion doesn't always need a big prize. There can be other incentives to get people to engage beyond winning a big prize. Perhaps it's just a fun quiz that people take just for the sheer enjoyment or curiosity of it. Sometimes people like to engage and connect with their community. I don't know if anyone remembers those senior spotlight galleries that we saw during the whole quarantine era, when graduates couldn't be recognized by the traditional walk across stage. Many stations used our galleries to give parents and loved ones a place to give their graduate a little shout out in the world. So no prizes given away there. It's just a way to, again, interact with the community and have a fun time. So and in this case, it's mostly just for the fun of winning and having their name and photo recognized on the air. So my point is, if you're trying to land a big client, maybe they don't have a lot of options with regard to big expensive prizes or something. There are plenty of other incentives you can still have fun with. All right, let's see here. And this one, okay, now this one I threw in like an hour ago, so I don't have a whole lot of information on it, but this has been only 2 days old and it's already got 249 submissions. So I wanted to give a shout out to Wink 106. Like I said, I haven't had a chance to speak to them or anything. I'm not sure what the whole story is behind it, but they only started taking in submissions 2 days ago, and I'm sure 249 was an hour and a half ago, and so I'm sure they've got more by now. But right off the bat, you can see they're doing a few things right. They're doing a fun gallery, right? Who doesn't love babies? But they're collaborating with multiple sponsors again to come up with some great prizes. Again, not thousands of dollars of some $1 grand prize. A few $100 in gift cards and prizes is all. So nothing too extravagant, and but stuff that that is still that people still want, right? Stuff that is kind of people can envision themselves winning, right? And one thing that was obvious when I looked at it, they're pushing this hard on social media from Facebook to TikTok. So let's keep an eye on this one and see how it turns out. I'd say if it ended today, it'd still be a success, but they're running this until the end of the month. So this will be an impressive promotion for sure. Anyway, just a shout out to Wink 106. Cool. All right. In fact, this kind of brings me to my next study, actually case study here. KREM2 News up in Spokane, Washington, took advantage of our annual Basketball Mayhem campaign last year, which is again fast approaching this year, might I add. Obviously, audience provides the chance at $1 million if someone predicts a perfect bracket. But on the off chance that it doesn't happen, it's fun to add local prizes in there as well. KREM did a great job of taking this big event and pulling in 4 sponsors for it, all who contributed to the local prizes. And do you remember how I was saying they don't always have to be giant prizes? These prizes aren't, again, not thousands of dollars each. They're all actually relatively low cost for the sponsors to provide them. But yet they were able to this entire contest was able to outperform expectations nonetheless. So not only was participation significant, but so was the revenue from a multi-sponsor campaign, and without having to give away $10,000 in cash or anything. In fact, maybe the best and in many cases a better alternative to a large prize is having multiple smaller repeated winners. Case in point here, Papa Murphy's offered a couple of free pizzas each week. And you know what? People like I said, just enjoy winning, kind of like that Sunrise one. Having their name called and getting a couple pizzas doesn't seem all that unrealistic, not that unfathomable. So plus those repeated wins have an extra bonus in the sense that they keep people engaged throughout the entire event. Our Pro Football Pick'em is another great example of when you might want to apply that same logic. Weekly winners not only keeps your audience from forgetting about the promotion, and gives them regular reminders, but people come back again and say, hey, well, I didn't win last week, but maybe I can win again this week. That basic logic goes a long way when you're trying to engage with as many members of your audience as you can throughout a lengthy period. By the way, how much time and effort did they need to invest? Not much. As this was a national campaign that was pretty much ready to go for them if they left it alone, but this was successful because they took it to the next step, took it to the next level. Either way, if you're not taking advantage of our national promotions, you're missing out on extra revenue with very little investment. All right. Speaking of national promotions, let's take a look at the quick calendar. We just finished up New Year, New Cash, which was great. Or maybe we're finishing it up right now, actually, now that I think about it. But the big game contest is the next one up, right? That's the Super Bowl. Participants try to predict the score for the Super Bowl. We provide a possible $50,000 prize there. Choose your own campaign. This is actually going to be the first year we're going to be doing this. It used to be Cash for Couples. You might be familiar with that or remember that for Valentine's Day. And it still can be if you don't want to put any effort into this one. The graphics for Cash for Couples will still be found in the assets folder. But we had some clients request a national campaign that they can get creative with. So if you're a creative person, this one's for you. And if not, just go with the Cash for Couples thing that's kind of built into it. So yeah, it'll be a good one either way. And then March Madness brackets, right? The Basketball Mayhem. A perfect bracket gets you $1 million. No questions asked, except maybe like what their secret was. Mother's and Father's Day through May through June there, get a chance to win a couple $1,000s for each parent. Summer Cash is that one is a week-long one where we give away $2,000 every day up for a total of $10,000 in prizes for the week. People, that's really good for boosting listening, but still they're great for sponsorships. You can keep in mind you can sponsor a certain word, a certain day, you can sponsor the whole promotion. Lots of opportunities there. Back to school, right? That's in August when you can win $1,000 for you or for the kid, and $1,000 for the school or your favorite charity. Pro Football Challenge, that starts in August, extends all the way through the NFL season. We're still seeing this one from 2022 right now. It's a weekly pick'em with a $50,000 possible prize going to anyone who might be able to predict a perfect season or something. But also, that's that we talked about, maybe having those weekly prizes, really keeping people engaged. People that maybe have gotten in late, halfway through the season, can still win a weekly prize. So then you're continuing to bring in new people throughout the entire promotion. Those weekly or regular prizes really can help quite a bit. Can't be underestimated. Or overestimated, I should say. All right, now, we wouldn't be audience if we didn't at least mention the importance of collecting first-party data, right? Learn who your audience is, and sponsors will come in droves. So with each of these national promotions, or for any custom contests or replicated case studies, whatever it is you're doing, make sure you're getting some value out of it, please. We never want to see this entry form. Looks like this, right? You've seen it before. This is a digital promotion in 2008. Now, especially with third-party data deprecating around the globe, make sure you get something valuable from your promotion. Think about what your sponsor's goals are, and as salespeople, you want to accomplish your sponsor's goals. Then look at building a form that accomplishes the goals they're after. They'll be an easy sell next time if they get their money's worth. You can charge more for additional value as well, right? Different added fields that might help them in other ways. So make sure you're using the tools at your disposal to create that value for your clients. And by the way, if you have trouble remembering what those options are for creating a custom form, please reach out to our support team. We can get you a one sheet like this. What I like to refer to it as my cheat sheet. I'm told by those that use it that it comes in handy almost in every sales pitch. So chat in or email us at support@audience.io, and our live support team can deliver it immediately. So please hit us up. All right. How are we doing on time? We're doing okay. So let's see if there are any questions. Yeah, thank you, Tim, he shared that link one last time about a minute ago. So hopefully everybody's had a chance to enter. I'm going to give it just another second while I pull it up. And if anybody has any questions while we're doing this, please do, or take note of those, that support email, the phone number, the live chat information. Yeah, make sure you take advantage of the assets you have available, or I should say the references you have available. We're here to help.